Welcome to Coach Coyote's podcast. Standing up behind the microphone is the coach, Coach Coyote. Alrighty, Coach. The title of today's edition is Protect the Quarterback. Now, this is where Coach Coyote hears the subject matter for the first time. The subject matter is the NFL should look into 2 extra passing guards in the backfield for the offense. Well, Coach, you can have your purists about this idea and claim the NFL is making it harder on the defense. But in this case, I'm saying yes. The NFL needs to make it harder, just a bit harder, on the defense to be able to disrupt the quarterback. It's becoming increasingly aware that the defensive players are getting faster, stronger, bigger. And it's easier to find a very talented edge rush defensive player than it is to find an offensive guard that can block at the NFL level. Adding 2 extra passing guards is not as glamorous as talking about wide receivers or talking about quarterbacks. But it should be discussed among the general NFL viewing public. The NFL teams are looking and willing to pay for a pass rusher to make a quarterback throw the ball sooner than the play and route was planned. Soon, if it's not already the case, NFL teams will not be able to find enough NFL caliber offensive guards. The NFL does not have a minor league for offensive guards to learn and develop offensive guards. But then you add the increasing level of ability and agility of the modern edge rusher. Once again, Coach, it's going to be increasingly harder to find NFL caliber offensive guards. The edge rusher is like a running back. They both don't need a minor league for some players to develop. Once you coach, Coach, once again, you started off as a player. You became a player coach, then a head coach, and then a general manager. So you're well aware that you didn't need to worry about a running back or a edge rusher for your team. And you know that you don't need a running back or an edge rusher to get in their NFL time. Because either they have it as a running back in the NFL level, or they don't have it as a running back in the NFL level. So either they have it as a offensive guard in the NFL. Either they have it as an edge rusher in the NFL level, or generally they don't have it as edge rusher in the NFL level. So really, you don't need a minor league system for both those positions. But Coach, if the NFL had a minor league system to develop players, to learn the skills, build strength, just generally learn how to be around professionals, and it's just, for some players that need help, guidance. And let's say 3 or 4 years later, for that player, it will all pay off with offensive guards are getting signed to the NFL team, and they're becoming contributing players as starters. So, this is, of course, Coach, this is just not going to happen. Of course, because we are well aware of the NFL would love to have that pie in the sky system, but it's not there, and it's not going to be there. I think it has to do with antitrust laws. Not only quoted on it, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of legalities why they don't have a minor league system as of yet. But in the USFL and the UFLs and the XFLs, now it's the UFL. They don't count as a minor league system in a way because it's just it's not the same idea as they're not they're not like players that are on they're not. It's you understand what I'm getting at, coach. It's just not. It's not. It's not the same as a minor league system. Minor league system would have to be like in hockey, NHL hockey, or baseball of course has a huge minor league system for especially for pitchers. That's mainly, let's face it, it's mostly for pitchers to get pitchers ready to get up there. And the other one is so you got so NHLs have a minor league system, but that is a pure like of the. I'm not sure about the NBA. It's just hard for the NBA to have a minor league system. That one's a tough one too. But Major League Baseball and the NHLs, they have a minor league system because it is a necessity. Would the NHL like to be able to do what the NFL does and not have a minor league system? You want. Yes, they would love to try to get away without a minor league system, but when you're playing 82 games a season, you gotta have a minor league system. It's not. But when it comes to now 17 games, of course, coach, you really don't need a minor league system for 17 games worth. It's like and then once again, that's why we don't have minor league systems. It's just one. You know, what are you gonna say? I lost my spot where I am on. I went off script, coach, and I lost my spot. And just wanted to make if someone listening to this get that I know there's minor league systems out there. I'm well aware of other sports, and I'm well aware of all the legalities of having a minor league system because the NFL can't actually sponsor it, and just the money's not there. So that's why I've said they would love to have this pie in the sky system, but it's not going to happen. But if the NFL was to put 2 extra passing guards in the backfield, to me, it's going to be excitement that it should give the quarterback enough time to throw the ball downfield and make a decision who to throw to so as to increase the chances of him not being accepted. And I'm talking downfield, like the long ball. That's what's really missing right now is that a lot of. Oh, I've said it. I would have probably said 3, 4, maybe more times of stressing the point. Long ball, long throws, 40-yard in the air receptions. That's what people go the general public. The ones that go only 2 games a year that could afford to go maybe only 2 games a year. Watch on television. They go to see the long ball being thrown. We said it on a previous podcast of another podcast we did, and coach, and it was the same theme I'm bringing up as excitement, and to not have like this ball. Like I understand, coach. There's not everyone like us that can, I'm not the general. I know. Just saying, folks, that Coach Coyote can look at me as like the general public and saying, wow, you really watch football for a very... Coach, the general public does not watch football like the way me and you watch football. You watch more football than I, NFL football, and you watch other games while, you watch highlights of other games on YouTube and everything like that. Now, and I stick with the game and all to it. Now, the general public does not watch NFL football, like the way we watch football, they have their own versions of watching, and some of them include leaving by the fourth quarter if it's the home field is team, if it's a home game, or if they're a fan of the other team that's playing the visitors team, they're leaving by the fourth quarter if it's out of reach in their minds. It's like, this game's out of touch, out of reach. They're leaving. Okay, if other folks are tuning out on the television, going, yeah, it's almost it's 11:15, and this game's going nowhere, and it is. So like that's who I'm trying to make these rules and new positions on the field for, is for them to enjoy the game. Did I say them too loud? Sorry. For them to enjoy the game. Now, like, I don't know if I've stressed it enough times. That's why I keep I'm interrupting myself, because I want to make sure. Now, where was I? Okay, yeah. So it's going to be excitement. It should give. I'm going to go back on script, Coach. It's going to be excitement. It should give the quarterback enough time to throw. I must have said that already. Increase the chance of not being intercepted. Okay. Yeah, once again, Coach, the general public go to live NFL games, see the long ball pass. Yeah, see, that's where I'm at. They want to see long ball pass. I'm looking at the script because I lost my spot in the script. They want to see touchdowns. Yeah, yes. Okay, the only side that's interested in an edge rusher, making it harder for the quarterback, is what, the home team on television, the fans of the team on defense, or the rare fan, which is that don't pay the bills. The rare fan doesn't pay the bill. You need a lot of fans that want a good defensive game, whatever that means. Like, what is a good, whatever that means. It's up to each individual. We could discuss, like, I don't know if some semantics come into this, where it's like 3-0 game versus a 9-6 game versus a 7. Like, I at least want to see one touchdown. You know what I'm saying, Coach? Is like, what is the good defensive game? How far do we go? At 23 one side, no score the other side. Is that a good defensive game that one rare fan out of 10 wants to see? Possibly. There's the other 9 out of 10 that don't want to see that fan. They don't care. Well, let's say not 9 out of 10. Yeah, okay, 9 out of 10 that are not affiliated with either team, like home or visiting team. So they're the ones that want to just see a nice game. And of course, when we said it over and over again, when you're very young, how many times did I say about it now? That, I said it in the last podcast also. Another topic was, a young person, that's a young person, 3 or 4 years in the backyard or so on. Let's just throw it there, a family get together. There's 3 brothers going to grandma's house, and of course there's going to be 3 other children going. Let's just say there's at least going to be 9-10 children of an age that can run and catch football. Okay, and their grandma's house, grandpa's house it's got a huge backyard. It's old, it was an old house, and they got the old days. They got the huge backyard that was still affordable, and back in the day, because there's room now. There isn't. There's just no room for these huge backyards at the price of it's getting into, but we're talking about football here. But the point being, Coach, is one of them was lucky. Hey, I brought a football. This person, and they're like, hey, it could be like a Thanksgiving dinner, And they bring out the football. So there's like, three receivers, 3 defenders, 1 quarterback, and 1 to rush to the quarterback after 5 steamboats. Just we're just having fun, but we want to make it where it's not too hard on defense, where they can't even, So what are we always going for? We're going for the long ball. We don't care in life if it's a success rate is zero that day, whatever. There's no analytics involved here. We're just playing for the backyard. We're young. We just want to throw the and oh, by the way, so and so can throw the ball very long for his age. Like far, I should say. He could throw the ball far for his age. Oh, of course. What do you think? One guy or one girl wants to be a receiver, and it's like, hey, of course, throw it downfield. You throw it down there. It's in my arm. If it's in my, I'll beat the. I'll catch it. And the excitement level is all there for that catch. Of course, even the parents and they're pretending not to watch, going, "Oh, the long ball's coming." They're dying to see the long ball throw, even in the backyard. So why not bring that same excitement back to the NFL level? That's all I'm saying. And of course, we get into the general public once again, and they don't see how the quarterback was rushed into throwing that ball quicker and leading to an incompletion. You know, that's not exciting anymore. It was never exciting back then, unless you're a pure football fan that's into like seeing a good defensive game, or you're the home team of that particular game, or you're the fan of the home team of that particular game, and your team is on the field throwing the ball downfield. Of course, you want to see it completed, but so does a lot of people that are not fans of either both teams, but they just want to see a decent game, generally speaking. Okay, so, but like just the average person that has no affiliation with either team, going to see an NFL game, they don't follow football like we do, and look at all the stats and watch the pregame shows and the highlights of after the game and what went wrong and this. At the moment, it's mostly that the quarterback was rushed. We know it was rushed. We could tell, or we could see the highlights between, but we watch the highlights. We see the player was rushed into that, or the after game, post game highlights. Oh, on that play, there's another play they show, and another play they show. Oh, that edge rusher made the ball, and they call it that hurry stat. Okay, now, like the average person, they got to fill in blanks for themselves. That's talking about the average fan. Okay, no. Let's just say you bring in the family, okay? And then it's just only one parent with whoever, how much children going to that game. Or it could be both parents. And if both parents don't follow football to the extreme, and it's going like that, and the young impressionable son with the football in his hand, with the football jersey, neither team but just loves football, but just happens to have a parent's bottom a football jersey, but that's what he'll wear. Because they went for a visit to another city and off they are, and they're watching an NFL game, and it's not going so well. Of course, we know, from experience and all that, from just because of the way we watch the game over and over. It's like, the edge rusher, fill in the blank name. Oh, they're really doing a good job of hurrying the quarterback up. But what is the little person, as they say, or as in like, what does the child say at the, sitting beside his parents going, ooh, that quarterback's not good today. And then what do the parents do? Oh, yes, you're so right, Johnny, or Jimmy, or Jenny, or Susie, whatever you want to say, because they're going to, it's once again, the general public, just in life, it has to do with psychology 101, coach. It's just saying, coach 101. Where was I got? Where was I? Oh, yes. Yeah, like the general public, it's like they'd be like, yeah, I guess the quarterback was just having a bad game. Now, like I said, they don't think about this stat called hurries. And does the general public even care less about these hurries? Hurries. Oh. How do you not make it so that the court? That's, you know what the funny thing is, coach, is someone would say, "Hey, why is the quarterback doesn't have enough time to throw the ball?" Or they don't see it that way. They only see this. Ooh, bad decision. Ooh, what was he thinking, quarterback on the field? What were they thinking? Oh, bad decision there. And I feel the same way too until I see why. But how many end up just filling in the blanks? And like, if they don't have enough time to discuss the play on television to the average viewer that they were hurried, they just think, oh, the quarterback. And it's the way it is. The psychology 101. They don't care about this quarterback hurried the quarterback kind of statistics. They just like, well, the quarterback just can't make a pass today. It's like, two old folks. Two old folks. What am I getting? Just because I want to sound like an old fogey, it doesn't make sense. But two regular folks going, yeah, let's go. Quarterback just don't have it today. Meanwhile, it's not that at all. It's just because no NFL quarterback can have it that day because just because you just got edge rushers just happened to be on the top of their game against just a mediocre team. And you could have just used someone in the backfield to just keep the game excitable. Somewhat excitable. So, I'm just saying, now, if you're an NFL fan and you want to see excitement and you're part of the general public and you still want to keep coming back, then, as they say, call your local NFL congressperson. Nah, I'm just kidding. Saying, hey, we want 2 extra passing guards in the backfield because it's getting pretty darn boring. And it should help alleviate the problem of the quarterback making bad decisions. That's all I'm trying to alleviate this decision making. I'm not. Most folks would say, hey, wait, you're making it too easy on the quarterback. No, it's not going to make it that much easier. It's just going to make it that where, hopefully, that's what I'm hoping to see, is that they're not making bad decisions based on, like, either they throw it in that second or that millisecond later, it's getting deflected. That's the kind of decision making we have to make here on the field at NFL level here. So that's where I say, hey, give them some time. That if a decision was when they threw the ball, it was a good conscious decision based on that's the play and that's where I read the defensive scheme. Now, if it gets intercepted, fine. Most folks would say, "Why did you bother with the passing guard for?" Because he got intercepted anyways. You gave him more time to make a bad decision. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. Give him more time to make a bad... No, it's just the way... It's called a football play. It's just a good football defensive play, which I'm all for, and the general public is all for. If they could see a really rare, good defensive play, that's fine. But to generally see the phantom hand that chased the boo like a, put your hands up and wave in the air, boo, that's the edge rusher to the quarterback. Woo! No, you know what, Coach? I just thought of it now. That's maybe Sam Darnold meant as he was seeing ghosts. Seeing edge rushers coming at him. Boo-hoo! With the hands in the air. I don't know why ghosts have hands in the air. Like, holding up the... I guess holding up the bed sheet. I guess I don't know. That's I just came up with that now. Everybody's wondering. I was always wondering who are the ghosts. It's the edge rushers. Those are the ghosts we're seeing. I don't think it's the players, extra defenders downfield. Maybe, in the sense, let's see, didn't have time to see that defender. Okay, that one I could see that Sam Darnold didn't have time to see that defender. So, because there's defensive schemes and it was that defensive scheme where there's so much that goes into one NFL play. The decisions need to be made, and all I'm asking is give the quarterback an extra bit of time just to throw the ball downfield. But I understand that most people would say, wait, on a running play, it's going to be harder on the defense. No. Now, on running plays, coach, the 2 extra passing guards will not be allowed to be involved in the play. The NFL rule could be 2 passing guards that are situated in the backfield will be designated as passing guards only. They are not allowed to get involved in any planned running play. They're not allowed to block for any runners. That's including the quarterback that's going for a run after the decision. After they go for a run. No, that's it. That's their duties are done. They're not blocking for him to throw the ball. As a quarterback to throw the ball anymore. They're now not allowed to run block for him. No. They have to stop. They cannot run ahead of the quarterback to block for the quarterback for the intention of running with the ball to make yardage. If the quarterback's got the ball in his hands and running with the forward, trying to go past the scrimmage line and for a first down with the ball in their hand, the 2 extra passing guards, stressing the word passing guards, are not allowed to get involved in that play from then on. That's it. As soon as the decision is, it's easy because, coach, once the defense knows that it's the quarterback is ran for it, they don't exactly keep going forward. They're turning around, chasing the quarterback. So they're not worried about the passing guard no more. The passing guard has to know. Oh, what happened? Where did everybody go? Oh, they're that way. They can't follow the play. They have to stay. They're suspicious. They have to stay out of the way. They can't get. Like they're not allowed to. If there's a fumble, the passing guards aren't allowed to jump on the fumble. No. If the quarterback fumbles the ball, they're not allowed to jump on the ball for the quarterback to get the ball. No, they're only allowed to block anyone coming forward. And if they go diving for the ball, they can't block them anymore because there's nothing to block. There isn't anything to block. There's the person's diving for the ball. They can't impede a player going down for the ball. You can't use your legs, so you're only allowed to block with your arms, hands and arms, without grabbing, of course. So you can't use the feet to block, so they're pretty well out. So, yeah, the 2 passing guards that are situated in the backfield on offensive plays would not be allowed to pick up fumbles. Especially, it's easy to figure. Okay, now it seems like it's easy explanation for a running play, but no. If it's a planned running play, and they know it's a planned running play, so they never got involved in the play, but they have to get out of the way of the play. They have to get out of the way of the play. If there's a fumble coming, the fumble ball comes their way, they have to get out of the way. They have to, the 2 pass guards have to get out of the way of the play. Whatever happens, happens. Their job was only to make the game more exciting when the quarterback needs more time to throw downfield. Has nothing to do with saving the quarterback's reputation by picking up that fumble that they fumbled, or saving the center's reputation with that bad snap that they just happened. No, that's the game. That's the football game. You can't change that part. I have no plans to even think about changing that part of the game. Now on the we could say on the punting and the extra points, it's up to the NFL if you want to keep them in for extra points. But on the punting and field goal tries, that's fourth down. They can stay on the field. What's the harm? They're only blocking for the punter, which makes it easier to let's just get this game going here. Punt downfield, give the punter more time to boom it up higher, so less chances of returns for players to get hurt, anyways, and whatever. But they're not allowed to tackle after the punt. They have to vamoose off the field because the ball is punted away. The two extra passing guards have to vamoose off the field like in they'd be like hockey where they're the only two players that would be allowed to be sub. No, they can't be subbed in. Hockey you can be subbed in, and I know they're ball in football you can sub off all you want because you can't sub. I mean you can't substitute, but you can go off the field if you want, but you can't go back in because they won't be allowed on that fourth after the punt's been kicked. The passing guards will have to just go off the field. Just go back to their bench because the ball's been punted away. Now if it's a fumble and a recovery, then they're back. They're back on the field. First down because it's first down. So they're allowed on all fourth downs, but because it doesn't matter if it's a punt or a field goal attempt. It's actually who cares? You know what? Let's make it where the field goals, even the field goal attempts. Let's make it easier on the field. They don't have to worry about that player coming off the edge to block. So they could block the player that's coming in from the side there. So the field goal would be. Let's face it, folks. If a field goal kicker only need a few more seconds of time to do that 65-yarder or 60 or 70, even a 70-yarder. I mean, let's face it, fans want to see that long kick in the air. There's something about a ball flying through the air, high in the air and its own trajectory. It's that few milliseconds of that ball's flight trajectory has its own path in life, and we were just following it. That's what I feel like a golf ball high in the air, like a baseball high in the air. Even like if you're just lying on the beach, coach, and coach, if you were going this spring, summer, I'll bring you to. I'll round up the van and we'll see if I could borrow a van with someone and. We'll jump in the van and we'll use chat. The reason I need the van, coach, is that I'm going to lie down in the back. We'll open the door and I'll use SNR crew picnic and go run on the beach. And if you see a frisbee flying through the air, these guys are always mesmerized by that frisbee for a while when you're chilling out. So it's all about that mesmerization of the ball being up in the air. That's why I want to see those long extra field goals. And if it helps out the two passing guards on fourth down are on the field while they're doing a 65-yard attempt and 67-yard attempt, field goal attempt. And it does help the kicker to give it not the pressure to kick a little bit faster because he's got that few extra milliseconds or seconds to like do a good kick, So, well, 1 second there. I'm going to hit pause for a second. Well, coach, I'm just going to say that that's just one way to make the game more exciting. So the quarterback has some time extra to throw the ball. And if it's an interception, once again, I said that's a good defensive play. But I've seen over and over, coach, that the ball is forced more in the hands of the quarterback. And if you're taking the hands out of the quarterback a lot sooner, you're not bringing excitement to this game. You're not really not NFL, not in the NFL level. This is professional. And years and years of watching football, I started noticing, you know, the edge rusher and running back. They don't need to learn defensive schemes really. You just put them in. That's it. I'm laughing there, but it was even on the laugh out loud was even on the script, Coach. Well, Coach, I hope I could persuade you to say, hey, why not look into extra passing guards? That's the 2 extra passing guards in the backfield. Yes, Coach? Now, if you don't want to go all the way to the NFL level, why not try it at like a junior high school level for, whatever age. I don't know what the ages are, but let's just in the United States of America is where it counts the most because it's the biggest group of population that are playing football, the gridiron football. Like whatever it is, 12 and under, 13 years of age and under. Yeah, have 2 extra passing guards in the backfield for develop a quarterback. Then you get to your high school level. If it says it's like, hey, try it out. The main thing is the college level, Coach. Like having 2 extra passing guards at the college level. If that helps blowouts, as they say in college football games, I'm all for it, Coach. I'm totally all for it. So I'm just saying, and then if it all works out at those levels, then the NFL is definitely like, oh my gosh, look at the way college is being played now with the 2 extra passing guards, the excitement, the game, the analytics count now where it's like, wow, before the 2 passing guards, the statistics on the throws and completions and how much higher they are after the 2 passing guards. I don't know what the percent, like even a 10% increase is better than 0% increase on the average of the analytics. Like, let's just say if it's, what if it's, the analytics proved 25% better chances of quarterbacks making completions on average if you have the 2 extra passing guards, even at the college level. The NFL is definitely going to say, hey, let's look into it. We're all about excitement, aren't we? That's what I'd be saying if I was Roger Goodell at the NFL head. I'd say, aren't we supposed to be bringing excitement to this game? I've already spelled it out. Everything to help them out. If it somehow gets to Roger Goodell of the NFL, or just an earful saying, it doesn't have to be this podcast, but if he gets a transcript of this podcast, just to hear. He could skim over, like someone like Roger Goodell could skim over this podcast in text form so fast. He doesn't need to hear my voice. He doesn't need to hear the whole, to get the idea. Hey, how come no one? I pay how much of these staff here? Does anyone come up with this idea? Has anyone ever come up with this idea? You pay how much of the staff, the rules and competition committees, and I. Doing it for free. Okay? I'm just doing it for something you can't pay for, and that is just I genuinely want to see more excitement back to the game. Not for me. For the general public that once again, the ones that fill in the blanks of basic psychology 101. Where they have to assume that's that one person who lives 3 hours away from an NFL city, goes once or twice a year, brings their children, and of course, during plays, in between plays, they're the ones filling in the blanks. So what they see is what's on the field. Remember, hurries don't matter because they don't see the hurries. They could be sitting on the top row. I know there's big television screens now, ginormous 100-footers or 200, 300, 400-foot screens. I don't know how big they're getting now. I know it's projection, but still counts as a television screen to me. Who knows? In this day and age, they could be 100 feet LED screens for all I know. Okay, so what I'm saying, Coach, is that like they're just looking at that real quickly. They're not looking at the magic fingertips like, woo, ready, Coach? I'll pretend. Oh, they hit pause by any second. Okay, Coach, I'll pretend I'm an edge rusher on you. Woo! Here's the magic fingertips. Oh, and you threw it faster than you should have. Do you think once again, Coach, the average NHL fan doesn't NHL, the average NFL fan does not see the magic boo hoo hoo fingers coming at the quarterback. They just see, oh, guess the quarterback wasn't having a good day. And if they even tell that person, oh, he was hurried, oh, he's hurt. This game's becoming. Just they come up with their own conclusions. So you don't let the fan come up with their own conclusions. You give them what they see on the field. Give them the product. A nice 40 yards in the air reception. Okay. I just gonna say that if it brings excitement, NFL, you should be saying to yourselves, let's do it. With that, Coach, for both you and I, that's Coach Coyote and I, we're both saying over and out.